Greetings, you all. Happy full moon. Happy full moon. I had a brief moment, so I wanted to hop on and talk about the power, the benefit of the full moon, the energy of the full moon, and how it can really assist us in our healing journey, especially when it comes to our emotional body, which oftentimes has a great impact on us, but also how we can use this intentional energy to do powerful things in our lives, like ancestral healing, or what some may accept as karma. I made a post earlier today. How's my sound, y'all? Let me make sure my sound is okay before I keep going. How's my sound to those who are tuned in? But it's full moon. Happy full moon. Full moon is always super busy for me. Busy with energy clearings and prepping for the, prepping for the full moon meditation, which is tonight. If you haven't registered for that, why not? But every full moon, it's a vibration that I pick up that carries a level of a word or an assignment. And one of the things that came up to me in reflection and devotion this morning was the potential benefit of individuals doing intentional ancestral healing work or karma balancing work. Energy doesn't stop. And so the energy that came before us, the energy that would come after us, it's all one stream of energy. That's why energy doesn't stop. You know, there's no finish line, end line to energy. It doesn't stop. It can be transformed, you know, it can be transmuted, but it doesn't stop. So when we think about our ancestors, we can think about our ancestors as a flow or stream of energy, right? We are connected to two bloodlines, and both bloodlines come with generations of individuals who came into this experience as pure positive energy. They came into this experience with purpose. They came into this experience like us, spiritual beings having a human experience. And so they came with their level of energy, not just their personalities. That is formed once we get into the physical world. Our personality is formed. But what we come with originally and ultimately is this life force energy, this energy that doesn't stop, that it manifests in different ways. And it also has its purpose for the whole. It has its purpose for the oneness. And so all of our uncles, great aunties, you know, great grandfathers, grandmothers, all of them who came before us, they came here with a level of purpose. They came here with the divine design. They came here with the divine destiny. And their divine design and divine destiny, like ours, was purposeful for the whole. So for instance, if your great grandfather was a welder, builder, whatever it may be, you know, yes, that contributed in the physical world to the whole, to the village, to the community, because then they could call on him for that skill. Not everyone comes with that skill, that passion, that interest. But he also had within him a ministry that came from his experiences, a ministry that came from his passions, his desires, his hurt, his trauma. And so if he did his elevation work, his God work, he's able to share that ministry with others. Well, many of our ancestors, because they dealt with levels of trauma and hurt, were never necessarily able to live out their divine destiny, their divine design, or share their ministry that was for the whole. And they lived a life of sadness, resentment, fear, worry, doubt, whatever it may be. Many of our ancestors, just as many of us, live our lives today. Fortunately, we're in an age now where there is more healing work happening. People are more open to heal emotionally, to do the work, the sisters and the brothers, fortunately now. But there are many of our ancestors that never necessarily had the knowledge on how to heal from trauma. They never had the support. They never had the environment to do so. So they coped, they did the best that they can. They dealt with it, Some kind of felt like, well, that's life. Life comes with these things. But I venture to say, or I firmly say, wholeheartedly say that no, life is more than just a life of stress and, disappointments and all of these different type of things. Life is much greater, much more fruitful than just coping and surviving. But as our ancestors matriculate through their life, live their life and then transition, if they never found the healing, they transition still with that heavy energy. They transition with that sadness, with that fear, with that anxiety, with those mindsets of lack, with that vibration of fear. And thus, there is a potential that it carries on in generations after them. And so sometimes you may wonder, why can't I shake this feeling of, what people call imposter syndrome, or lack of confidence, or this thought of lack in the world, fear, why can't I find myself, why can't I seem to come out of survival mode? Why can't I seem to raise my vibration in certain ways? It may be, I can't say for sure, but there's a potential that it's energy that came before you. It is a potential that the energy that your mother had when she was birthing you was passed to you. That the energy of your grandmother, your great-grandmother, because it wasn't healed, it wasn't balanced out, it passed to you. And a way that you can balance out that energy so you can find some healing, not only for you, but for generations before you and generations after you, is to do a level of ancestral healing. There are ways, I won't say many, but I could venture to say many ways that we can put some intention into ancestral healing or karmic cleansing or balancing. But one of the ways is affirmations. And I did post a ancestral healing exercise on my page, a full moon ancestral healing exercise on my page that I invite you to go look at and do either tonight for this full moon or at some point during this full moon phase. And you don't have to do it just on the full moon. It can be done at any time, but the full moon is a beautiful time for healing and releasing. And so this is just an optimal time to do it. So I invite you to go on my page and look at that exercise and do that. And exercises like that during the full moon. That exercise that I presented not only can be used for ancestral healing, but it can also be used for yourself. You can do the same exact thing for yourself, because some of us are still holding on to hurt and emotions and thoughts and mindsets that are not in alignment with us now. They are ones that were formulated from past experiences, from past traumas, from past hurts, from past disappointments, and they're impacting our present day life. And so it is a necessity for us to release. This is the beauty of the full moon that comes around every month, is that it comes with an energy that supports release and healing, and closure. And so if you focus your intentions and attention on healing, releasing, bringing closure in your lives, then this moon phase is a beautiful phase to support you with that because of the energy of this moon phase. So yes, I urge you to do that. I just hopped on to say happy full moon and to give you something to maybe think about doing during this full moon. Certainly, I would love to see you on the full moon meditation call this evening. But even if you don't tune into that, then that exercise that's posted on my page is something that you may desire to do. And doing full moon work and all of those different type of things, these different exercises that I suggest sometimes, it is good for everybody, you know, children, adults, no matter your religion, no matter your color, no matter your whatever. These things are good, and the moon impacts everybody. So the moon presents us this beautiful energy. Everyone is beautiful, no matter who you are, what you believe in, and all that kind of stuff. So doing these things every month is very helpful. This is the only way we can grow. If we continuously reflect, continuously release, continuously gain motivation, inspiration, we have to intentionally do that. You know, so many times that don't just come like that. You may want to release something. You may desire to put that trauma behind you, but there has to be a level of intention and attention that you put towards it for it to actually happen. And things like this can actually help, you know. So I've done that exercise. The exercise I'm speaking of is posted on my page. I've done that exercise many times before. I've also suggested that exercise for clients and have found great success with it. It's simple. You know, it's using something that is really simple, which is affirmations and affirmative, you know, affirmations and speaking things, the word, you know, the word, the power of the word. It's simple, but it's powerful. And so I invite you to go ahead and, you know, look at that exercise and do it. Do it for not only, and not doing it for just the selfish sake of you finding a release so that you can grow and move forward, or just for the sake of love. Who don't want, you know, your bloodlines to have balanced energy? I would like it. You know, I know of trauma that has happened in my family with some ancestors. And I can imagine what they felt, you know, the emotions that they had when they transitioned. I can imagine it. And so I just go from that place, just being able to imagine what they may have felt. I don't take that lightly. So I try to balance that out as much as possible, because I love, you know, I love myself. I love my family. I love my bloodline. I love my ancestors. I love those who will come after me. That love is there. And so I want to do that exercise. So that exercise is posted on my Instagram page. It has a title that says Full Moon Ancestral Healing. And so, yeah, I would love to hear your testimonies if you do it and, you know, if you find it impactful. So peace and love, y'all. Happy full moon. And again, if you haven't registered for the meditation, go to the link in bio and register for meditation. Okay? Because I would love to see you tonight. It's always a good time. Peace. You're welcome. My pleasure.